Hello and welcome back to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes by our man Jamu. He says, this podcast saved me from jerking off 50 times a minute. This podcast provides all my sexual needs. I would rate this 1,000,000 out of 5. And Mason, no one will stop you from jerking off to a tiger chick because I would too.
Tiger chick?
A tiger chick.
It's a very old reference.
It's a very old reference. You remember?
Junie Tyson, mate.
What's that?
Junie Tyson.
Junie
Who's
Tyson?
that?
It's a it's a good anime,
It's a good,
It's good
Does
anime.
it have
an
a
anime
good-looking
thing.
tiger chick in it?
perhaps.
Perhaps. I'm joined today by my co-hosts, Mason, a.k.a. Zuckles, of course.
What's going on?
Swagger Souls.
Hello.
Toby on the tally.
Hello.
And look who's back. It's Pokimane.
Oh shit.
He's
How are
basically part of the Misfits
She's
now.
basically just part of the gang.
I'm
Second.
still working on the contract, but we'll figure it
dude.
out.
Here we are in LA. We're in
Yeah.
our Airbnb in the hills. Pokey's here.
You guys are so fancy.
We're really
Are you
not,
sure? Are you
You
sure?
have 2 places
Yeah, but they're covered
in the
in
hills.
garbage. And it smells like shit. Did you smell coming up the fucking stairs, all the garbage in the kitchen that's decomposing?
Oh, no.
It's a little
Not gonna
compost.
lie, I
Yeah,
did, but
including my
you guys having a
fleshlight.
good time.
Yeah.
We're
So
enjoying
what's the
ourselves.
problem?
Here's-
What'd you say, Mace?
So including my fleshlight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
tell us
Filled with-
about
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Filled
they
with
picked
cum.
it up.
No, well that one
was
he
on the
did-
ground.
we fucked with the flashlight in the Patreon pre-show, but he's talking about the other one. We had Mia Malkova on the podcast. She gave us 6 flashlights, and he used his last night. And what happened?
What's your review?
I don't know, mate. For an asshole, it's pretty nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, great way to start the show.
But you threw it away.
Yeah, I threw it away.
Why did you throw it away?
I just wanted the quick review, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One and done.
Hey man.
Speaking of great quality products, sponsored as always by GamerSubs.gg. Use code Misfits. Pick yourself up some gamer energy that you get us through the podcast. Pokey has been sipping on a little bit, so you can expect her to be cracked out and ready to talk about a bunch of topics.
I was going to yell, but I won't because that'll
Yeah?
be bad for the audio.
Oh,
No, it's
don't worry.
fine. You can do whatever you want.
How's life, Pokey, since the last time we talked?
I feel like no different.
No different?
Pretty good. Actually, a bit different and a bit better.
Yeah, well, Offline's got a new house since then.
Yep.
You've just hit 4 million followers on Twitch. You
Poggers.
signed a deal with Twitch to stay on the
Yes,
platform. You're sticking
sir.
around. You're sticking with Twitch. So that's pretty cool. It seems like
Very
quite a lot's
glad.
actually been going on.
Do you remember what month you guys were last here?
It
September.
was September.
Yeah.
September. Okay. Yeah, I signed my deal like a couple months after that. So
Yeah.
ever since then, it's been pretty good.
Was
I'm
it a
happy.
difficult choice to decide to stay with Twitch? Like,
Yes.
Really?
Because, I mean, these platform deals are like nutty.
yeah,
Like they're dumb.
yeah.
And it truly is like life-changing money. And so when someone offers you that, I think for anyone, I remember even telling the Twitch people, I was like, honestly, if you guys like basically offer me nothing, then in a sense you're forcing my hand. Because anyone in my position more or less would take a deal like that.
Yeah.
But luckily they did give me a good deal as well. So
Nice.
I'm very, very thankful because ultimately it was the platform that I wanted to stay on.
Yeah. Well, I guess you've built your whole community there, you know, and you're very accustomed and your chat's great. Like, I feel like the main thing about switching platforms is just,
The community
You
goes
lose that culture, man.
The
Twitch,
culture.
Yeah.
Twitch culture is something else.
And you know, it's not just the chat. Like, it's also other streamers that you play
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
When you go into a certain game category on Twitch, it has an entire community with its streamers, with people trying to like facilitate these connections, etc. There isn't any of that elsewhere. Yeah.
yeah, we were talking at dinner last night about how, I mean, is it fair to say that Ninja's deal with Mixer kind of paved the way for all of these
Absolutely.
business shenanigans in the streaming world and
Yeah.
I guess kind of upping the ante, I guess, is to the worth of
He
streamers.
knew it too. I'm pretty sure when he took that deal, he was like, now platforms are going to have to like put a dollar amount on content creators
Yeah.
and it'll make it so that kind of everybody gets paid more. So
Yeah.
God bless you, Ninja.
Hey, thanks, Ninja.
God bless.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Ninja.
man.
You're doing
We
it
have
for
an
the
extra-
gamers.
We
Yeah.
all
Flashlight if
actually
you want it.
we all actually signed out Twitch deals as well.
Yes.
We did sign
Yeah.
deals.
Signed
Signed
with
on Twitch
Twitch.
deals.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm sure nowhere near as impressive. But yeah.
No, I mean, because even before this, like you have a certain contract
Yeah.
and like there's many, many different types of Twitch contracts. And anytime you get a better one, it just simplifies your life and it feels nice. you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
This is probably like my third,
Nice.
Right.
fourth. I don't even know.
Even
Yeah.
even Dr. Disrespect I saw on Twitter
Yeah.
is announcing something very
he
soon.
announced that today that he was staying with Twitch.
Oh,
Mm.
But I mean, everybody already knew. But
well, yeah.
his
well,
video
I
was fucking
figured.
hilarious.
I figured.
Yeah, well, he's been pretty vocal about how bad Mixer is and how
I
much he likes
wonder,
Twitch.
as a platform, like if they still gave him a deal after hearing all the shit
After
he
he
talked.
shit on them, you
Yeah.
probably still gave him a deal.
I
with
feel like-
I
option.
really wonder.
Have you met the Doc in person? Like, I presume you've
Yeah.
hung out with him a bit.
Yeah.
Like, is he very different in person to the character?
I didn't meet him on like a personal level. We
Okay.
were just at the same event, so it was just like
So
formal.
he was full on in
streamer to
character.
streamer. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in the costume.
Yeah, because with the Doc, it definitely does seem very much like a character. And I'm sure that when he's doing things like shit talking on another platform on Twitch, he's already pretty confident that like he has
Mm.
his deal secured or whatever
Yeah, I
it
don't
was.
doubt it.
Yeah, he seems like he knows what he's doing. I mean, he's got a Lambo or two, so he's doing something right.
Your announcement video was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it as
Thanks.
well.
Very funny.
Can you imagine how freaking hard it is to like think of a concept for an announcement video like that?
Is that your
Like,
idea?
Yeah. It was like I worked with a friend of mine to kind of come up with it, but a lot of the details we figured out over like a long period of time. And Twitch came to us with a bunch of different concepts, but it's so hard to nail it. Like you can't go like too sentimental because like you're signing a contract to stream. Like it's not that sentimental.
Yeah.
Not announcing is kind of like really any angle you take, it's hard to just get it right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about I guess it feels like more than ever now, streamers and YouTubers are sort of they're getting acknowledged more for the power they have because of their influence. Like, what's it like being in a position where you are
An
one of the
influencer.
number one, like one of the top streamers? You're in the top 10 on Twitch. You know, like you're up there.
Okay,
you have
question.
like this audience.
If Ninja and Shroud are no longer on the platform, do they still retain their spots on the top followed list?
Well, their accounts are still up, so I guess technically.
Yeah.
But I say they've left the ranking.
Really?
Well, because I mean, can they come back at some point?
Surely.
Oh, actually,
When their
yeah.
contract
Okay. Oh,
ends,
yeah.
That's what's going to be really juicy. When all these
People going to
contracts are
snipe.
up and a platform, if it's Twitch, comes out on top, which I hope it is, seeing all the people crawling back to,
Yeah, all
can
these
I get
people-
partner again,
Right.
please?
They're like, oh, I got my money. Time to get back on my platform.
Yeah.
But I mean, it makes sense. And I don't even think Twitch would deny them partnership. So,
Yeah, it's almost like Twitch, Mixer, all these sites are kind of like just orgs now, and they're just trying to keep their players on their team.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine every couple years or even every year there might be a new wave of like, oh no, I'm going back here, or no, I'm with these guys, or now I'm repping. I mean, what?
someone else,
Yeah, someone else, YouTube, anything.
I
Yeah.
just wonder, like, which platform is going to come out on top or if it's going to be, like, spread out over many.
Yeah, well, I
That's
mean,
what I'm really curious about.
the competition really doesn't do anything bad for anyone. It's it's good.
Yes, yeah.
It's great that these platforms kind of vying for the top spot. And
I mean, it's best for all of us,
It's
the
very
good
for all of us.
influencers.
it's very
It'll be
good.
really interesting to see what the communities are like if someone does, for example, move to Mixer and then come back. Like what their viewers are like, and if they
There's
want to
going to
keep
be
watching.
memes, or if there's going to be bad blood, or
Yeah.
shit talking.
I
'Cause
think
I
it'll.
think-
No, go ahead.
I think there would be like a percentage of the audience that just wouldn't go back to him.
They call him
Like,
a traitor.
Yeah.
right?
I actually don't think so.
I don't think so
I don't
either.
think people
There are some
care.
I
pretty
don't think they
culty
care.
Twitch
You know,
viewers.
I
Like,
mean, dude,
oh,
they're-
you're here and you're doing something I like. Oh, watch.
Of
Oh, you're
course-
not here and you're
of
not
course,
doing
it's the
whatever.
viewer for it's the viewer to the content. I think pretty much almost all of Ninja's audience, Shroud, they just fucking downloaded Mixer, made a little account, and
I don't know.
don't
He
know.
doesn't-
Not
they
all
don't
of
get many
it.
viewers.
not all of them.
It's
How many? How bad?
Mixer had
was the
5,000
decrease?
viewers the other day.
Who?
Mixer
Mixer?
total.
Total 5,000 viewers?
Yeah.
Yikes! Yikes, dude! Oh shit, dude!
Microsoft.
I thought that was 5,000 viewers on a stream.
No, that's
for
total.
streamers. Total?
I mean, I'm not really surprised, to be honest.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I mean,
Like, not
that
in a
might.
bad
change.
way,
how,
but, like,
how
they're
many? How
very
many?
new.
How many viewers does it get with Ninja streams?
I don't know.
10.
I feel like
15.
Ninja. I mean, I remember when it first happened, he was getting like 3,000 viewers.
I think he gets like 5 to 10K right now.
Okay.
I think that Ninja knows that it's going to take a while to
Yeah.
break it in, and he's just got a very large sum of money, and I think that
Yeah.
he's pretty comfy, like where he's at, just trying to break in this new platform.
I think it's kind of funny when people talk about Ninja's viewership, actually, because it literally doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah.
He only has to stream a set amount of hours
Yeah.
and he can,
he's good.
you know,
Do
do
whatever he
whatever
wants.
else.
I mean, he's built his brand, and he can take that anywhere beyond it as well.
Yep.
very crazy stuff. It's so insane that just all these people that really just began their careers in that bedroom find themselves in the position where they hold all the cards.
Yeah.
And there's companies with millions of dollars like, please
Fighting
be with
over
us,
you.
please be with us. You know?
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like I really never would have thought like 6 years ago when I started like doing this part time, or I'm sure any of you, right?
Yeah, well, no.
We're just
I was
kind
just
of
fucking
playing
around in
video
my
games
bedroom.
and talking shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I was being a little troll, being a little asshole online for like fucking 3 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel real. There's multiple times in my life where I just look around and I'm like, this isn't actually happening. Like, this is insane. You know? It's crazy.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were at that age where, like, as we were growing up, that was when YouTube actually sort of started. Like, we were probably the prime age for that, of, like, starting to actually watch YouTube a lot.
Well, we were watching the YouTubers when it first started getting crazy.
Yeah.
When, like, gaming was really taking off. I remember watching PewDiePie way back in the day and, like...
PewDiePie's massive.
Insane.
Yeah, dude, literally 100 million.
Yeah.
100 million subscribers.
Yeah.
He could put his subscribers in like the top 20 countries by population.
Yeah.
Easy.
Fucking insane. How old were you when you started like watching and consuming YouTube content?
Oh, probably like, I remember being 11 or 12 and wanting to make a YouTube channel
Yeah.
with my best friend, but then she moved to another city and I was like, it's okay, we'll do it like when we meet up, and we never did.
Oh, surely make it happen. Surely make it happen now.
Reunion.
Yeah.
What kind of content were you trying to get into back then?
Oh, like all we would watch is like beauty tutorials and this and that. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about getting into the beauty game now?
No.
I mean, you've done a makeup
I
thing.
did a makeup palette, and I still watch so much like beauty content or just like girls. Because I think at the end of the day, most of the time you want to watch someone that you relate to or that is similar to you. So I still watch a lot of that content on YouTube, but I don't necessarily want to be in the space.
A lot
Actually,
of drama.
I was just going to say that. I have a friend who's in the space. I've also heard a lot of stories and this and that. And it makes me really grateful for gaming, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like gaming is like wide variety of people. People don't really take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
There's like some drama, but it is not close to the beauty community.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I guess gamers, they know they're gamers, right? So it's kind of hard to your head can't get too big. I mean, for some people it can, but like most people,
It's
like,
hard.
Yeah,
It's hard.
You really only get an ego if you're really good at games.
Like-
if you just shit on people. Like him.
What?
Nothing.
If you've got Dorito dust in your keyboard, it's pretty hard to have a big head, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly.
I hear you talk about your team a fair bit, or like my team was working on this, or me and my team came up with this idea. When did like your team form, and what does that actually look like? Like, are there 20 people in the Pookie squad, like hair and makeup every day?
Well, there's like 5 over there, and
Yeah.
there were 3 waiting outside.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm kidding. So, I guess it started when I got a agent, manager, really just an agent. And she's really great. Her name's Hannah. And then at one point, I mean, for a while, I got like kind of a video editor.
Okay.
And then at some point, you promote your video editor to your YouTube manager. So he manages all the other video editors. So I'd say my agent, him, and then I got a personal assistant. And then I got another personal assistant that turned into a manager.
Okay.
And then my agent had to get me a lawyer.
Okay.
And then I had a business manager.
Okay, so it is.
So
it's getting up there.
It's
like,
a team.
Yeah, it went from like, oh, I just need someone to like send me deals every now and then and like manage my email, to no, actually I kind of need to delegate everything just so that I can stream a decent amount of hours a month.
Right.
I have a Roomba. It cleans my floor for me.
Yeah.
No, but exactly. And now you don't have to spend 30 minutes cleaning your floor.
Yeah, but I have to hear a really annoying for fucking 30 minutes.
Sounds like you got a bad Roomba.
Oh, dude.
Actually, yeah. Aren't they supposed to be
Silent.
not that loud?
I do not know. I'm curious as to what your personal assistant does for you. Like, what kind of things is their like task every day?
Well, actually, when I say PA, I mostly kind of mean like social media manager. So if
Okay.
I have like a brand deal to do, maybe they'll help me brainstorm for it. Or if I need to post something at a specific time, they'll do it so that I can stream. Like I'll
Right.
just give them the assets. Sometimes I give them like very specific tasks, like, hey, can you do research on this and like compile something for me?
Hey, can you get on the floor and be my footrest while
I was just gonna say they go right here, I go right here.
get me a
I'm
coffee?
kidding. It's literally, that's the best part about having an assistant. It's whatever the heck you need on any given day.
Right. So they're
Yeah.
just always reachable. Is it a 24/7 job or like what?
I
Could you call them
I
at
don't
3 a.m.
really-
like, yo, I need soda right now?
no. I don't really need someone 24/7. If something really needs to be rushed, I mean, she's really nice. She'll help if she can, but it's really not that deep. Again, at the end of the day, like I'm just a freaking gamer,
Yeah.
but it really helps to just like manage everything business related if I have extra hands on deck.
Okay. What is your morning routine, and what does your day like look like generally? How do you try and keep like a well-structured day where you're getting things done, you're being productive?
You made a video on it a few months ago, right?
Yeah.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna steal this content anyway. So
That's fine.
walk us
Do you
through the
guys
process.
really want to hear about that? Like,
I
you can ask like other questions. if
I
you
want to know like what foot you put down first when you get out of bed, like how you
The
put your
left
socks on.
one.
The left one.
Because I kind
okay.
of sleep on the left side, so it's like closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you stay in bed for like an hour on your phone when you wake up, or you're like an immediately out of bed person?
Yeah, I can't go on my phone. It's so weird. I tried to make it a habit a long time ago, and now I feel like it's bad juju if I go on my phone
Oh yeah.
before I like really wake up.
It's definitely bad juju. Like,
Oh, I know what it is. Okay. So, do you remember like last year or maybe like 2 years ago, I had like a lot of online drama, freaking whatever, right?
Yeah.
There was so much.
Yeah, I remember all that. Well, can you remind me what it was about?
I don't know, like Keemstar.
Oh, I love
Uncle
Keemstar.
Keem.
I literally there was a video that I took down that was like a collection of a bunch of tweets, and the whole like copy strike drama really went boom.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
talked about that last time.
Yeah. So during that time, being canceled or like people trying to cancel you can be like really, really intense.
Stressful.
Yes. And I'm sure we're all pretty used to just like checking Twitter whenever. But during that time, it was like I would check Twitter and it was just like wave of depression.
Right.
It was really, really overwhelming to the point that like it almost became like shock therapy. I was like, I can't check my phone. I can't. And so I really
Oh.
didn't like, that was when I tried to get out of the habit of like waking up and looking instantly at like, what do people online think of me?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to kind of prioritize that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, even when you're not going through drama, that's such a weird way to start the day. It's like you wake up immediately. It's like, okay, here's like thousands of people talking about me. Let's see what I
Yeah,
have to say, right?
Exactly.
Like,
It makes me wish I had like another timeline sort of
Yeah.
on Twitter where it's just like me following things I find really interesting. Because right now
Yeah.
my Twitter is like, it's so business heavy and like community and people's perception of me and what is this person saying? What is that person saying?
I think a lot of people have a group of friends where they'll all have a private Twitter. And
I
then-
want one of those.
Yeah, and then
I know a lot of my friends that have that
Yeah.
too.
yeah, I mean, I've been on somewhat of a break recently, so I literally
Do you
haven't-
not check Twitter then?
I
He
do,
does,
but
yeah,
my
yeah,
notifications are only from people that I follow, and my timeline is like I follow a lot of people, but a lot of them are muted. Like Pokie's muted, you're muted. Like if I don't care, I'm not
Fuck
seeing
it.
it. You know, it's like maybe 3 accounts that post a funny video on my timeline. I watch my funny video.
And then
Go
you
all
move
my
on.
day.
That's what
Exactly.
I want, but
Yeah. I mean,
I wish I could like separate the two
the problem is that obviously it comes with a huge disconnect, and it is important to know
to
what
be
your-
connected.
yeah, what your fans are sending you.
work
Like some of them make really
purposes.
dope art or any number of things. Yeah. Okay, so you don't check your phone. So do you keep the phone by the bedside, or is it on the other side of the room to avoid the temptation?
Oh no, it's just on my bedside.
Okay, so you have self-control.
strong.
You have self-control. Okay, so you get out of bed, left foot down 1st. What's next?
Right foot.
Moisturize.
Yes.
Moist-
Pardon?
Moisturize?
Moisturize.
right out of
Yeah.
is
bed.
that the first thing you do when you wake up?
He
I
just
have dry skin,
he just immediately like a huge tub, like just immediately.
but not my
Actually
face.
have a huge tub of
Yeah?
moisturizer. Yeah.
It's not my face I'm moisturizing.
Moisturize the merchandise.
Of course.
No, I do that after showers. Not first thing in the morning. When I look at you guys, you're like, what do you do in the morning? The temptation to just make like a wake and bake fucking joke is so high.
You smoke weed?
Oh.
Oh shit, Pokimane smokes weed? Guys.
Clickbait, guys, clickbait.
That is
Maybe wakes
fucking
up today with a
crazy.
blunt
Guys,
in her mouth.
clickbait.
Yo, what's your favorite kind of weed, Pokey? What are you chiefing on?
How do you know different types?
Oh, you smoke it and you're like, ooh, that makes me feel different.
No need to smoke.
You would
it.
know. You're a big stoner.
How many types are there?
Fucking too many to count.
Unlimited, really.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you guys really like go for a type?
Well,
I mean,
Well-
I like sativa.
there's like
It's- that's
sativa
not a type, right?
hybrid.
Yeah,
There's
no,
like-
no. Well, there's sativa, there's indica, there's hybrid, but there's a lot of fucking gatekeeping and people being like, that's not actually real. They're all hybrids, and there's a bunch of different strains that are made. Everything's bred and
marijuana
genetically
controversy.
modified and yada yada yada. But basically, you grind up plant, you put plant in paper, and then you light up paper, and you go. And then you get really
Good
stoned. You would
tutorial.
know this. You
Do you
smoke a lot
guys
of weed.
get demonetized? Just curious.
Yeah.
No comment. No, we do a fair bit.
Of course.
Honestly, we don't check anymore because it's never really been
Doesn't
about
even
the
matter.
ad rev.
It's weird with YouTube. I released a fucking Trouble in Terrorist Town video where everybody was wearing bikinis and it was very, very explicit. I put it up, dude. It was yellow. I wait 3 hours. It turns green, and then I post it, and it stayed green the entire time.
Yeah, it seems like the system doesn't really know what it wants. It's kind of just like sometimes you get caught,
Ugh,
sometimes
it's like
you don't.
me.
Do you have the self-review stuff yet?
I don't do
I
that. I
wish.
don't
I
have
have
that
it.
shit.
Give me
You don't have
that.
that?
Pardon?
You don't have the self-review thing?
No, you
Swagger
do.
doesn't have it either.
I don't either.
What's the self-review thing?
When you upload a video, you have to say whether it's monetizable or not.
Oh, yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, I don't do
And
that.
if you lie, then it gets bad.
I have the thing of like, is it for kids? And I'm like, hell no.
I
Yeah,
really got
that's
a whiz,
weird.
man.
You gotta go-
I'm busting.
All right,
I'm
man,
busting.
you go for your whiz.
Be AFK.
Bring the mic with you.
You let us know how that goes for you, buddy.
Is he going pee?
He's going.
Yeah, he's gonna go take it. He's emptying his
I thought
bladder.
he was just leaving.
He's like, yeah, I'm bored.
Literally, I'm busted. No.
Okay, so you don't wake and bake. I've never been a wake and bake person either. If I'm smoking, it's normally in the evening. After.
Yeah, it kills your
Like
kills
right
your morning.
after this with the pizza.
Like literally right after this, we're gonna be on it. Yeah. It's
By the
gonna
way,
be
are you
good.
guys ordering the pizza after I leave or like while I'm here?
Well, how
While,
long you
while
gonna
you're
stick
here,
around?
you're gonna
As
have
long
some
as you
pizza.
like.
Do you want some pizza?
I really like. Have you guys ever tried beef and cheese pizza?
Beef and cheese.
Yeah.
Sounds like lasagna. I don't know. Doesn't sound
It just
like-
sounds like
It's a
pizza with beef on it.
Cheeseburger, but pizza.
I've had a Philly cheesesteak pizza, which is fucking
That's
amazing.
pretty good. I mean,
Really
it's like
good.
that, sorta.
We've been watching those Barstool pizza review videos all morning, just like in between podcasts. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's just this guy from where is he from?
The
Like
guy,
Boston or something?
I have no idea. The guy basically owns Barstool Sports, and he goes around to a bunch of different pizza shops everywhere, East Coast, everywhere in America. He'll just go in, order a slice, he'll take a couple bites out of it, and they'll give it a rating out of 10.
He's a very entertaining
Wow.
guy.
It's super
always.
entertaining. He's on the street, literally right out, has the box, and then usually there's a bunch of interactions from like homeless people and shit.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
So we were watching these videos just like back to back, just this guy eating pizza. We're like, man, we really want pizza now. This is crazy.
Yeah, we're pretty
Have
hungry.
you guys eaten today?
Yeah, I had
A
some
little bit.
pizza. I had some DiGiorno's.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One slice of DiGiorno's and some gamer subs.
It's not delivery. It's shitty
That's
frozen
it?
pizza.
Mason just flushed the toilet and it's made the biggest noise.
Yeah. sure.
But anyway, our plan is to just order like one pizza from different places and then give them a rating and see which pizza.
then
Oh,
we're
you
gonna-
guys are actually
Wait,
doing
you're
that?
actually gonna do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna order a bunch of different pizzas.
And then we're going to play Pick the Pocket.
What's
Yes.
pick the
Pick the
pocket?
The pocket.
Good
So
question, Poke. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, it's
I have
basically
no pockets.
it was a show that they basically made up last night. One of our creative directors and graphics artists, Rish, he wears this like tactical vest around. It's like a fisherman vest with a bunch of pockets, like 7 pockets. And so they put a bunch of different weed things in the pockets, so it could be a joint or a 400 milligram edible or a 50 milligram edible.
Is Ted alive?
Ted's alive. Ted's
Oh, thank
fine.
God.
Yeah,
Just-
we'll get into that after.
Okay, yeah.
But basically, yeah, just a whole range of things,
And
maybe
then whatever you pick,
maybe
you
a
gotta
300,
have?
yeah, $300.
Are you gonna
cash
film
prize.
this?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah, because you were doing it last night and it was entertaining, so we're gonna do it again, probably
The
tonight.
pocket.
It'll be fun.
It was they kept trying to get me to play it. I was like, I have to go to bed. I have podcasts to do tomorrow. I cannot. If I took 1,000 milligrams yesterday, I wouldn't be here.
no,
right
no,
now.
no,
I'd be-
dude. Let's just get into Ted real quick.
Okay.
Yesterday we filmed the podcast with Ted, and then
Ted from Lunch Club.
Ted
those you
from
don't
Lunch
know,
Club, Ted Nivison.
Yep.
He basically was signing a bunch of
It's
posters.
Nivison?
Nivison. It's not Nivision. It's Nivison.
I
He
know.
needs
Ah.
to change that, man.
Oh, yeah. He'd get real mad at you. But yeah.
Anyways, Ted.
Yeah, Ted was signing a bunch of posters upstairs for U2's. It was something with their deal. Had to actually put a bunch of signatures down. So he's doing that, and he gets a little hungry, and what does he see on the bench behind him? A Nerds Rope.
Nerd rope.
Just a cheeky Nerds Rope, and of course, Nerd Ropes are very rare pepes, and when you see one, you're like, ooh, I
I
love
want
these.
one.
When I had one when I was a kid, they're fucking amazing. I'll have one now.
But what he didn't think about is the fact that everything in Misfits' house is poison.
well, just look.
And
I mean,
by poison, you
for-
mean
the thing
Edibles.
is, like, there was a very reasonable way, like we set it up, because the Nerd's rope was an edible. It was a 400 milligram edible, and he didn't read the packaging. But we have on that bench, it's a big ass bench. It's snacks and food, chips, Pringles, gummy bears, all that shit.
Munchies.
And then there's weed food, which is edibles, in between that and the weed, which makes sense. If,
like
you know,
a spectrum.
Yeah, like a spectrum.
Progressively dangerous as you go
Yes.
on.
That's
the
the thing, is that it would make more sense to kind of put the weed food away so that you don't confuse the
Confuse it
food
with
the weed.
actual food.
which is
I'm
what
so-
happened
Which
to
is
poor
what
Ted.
happened to Ted. He was tripping
Amazing.
balls.
I'm so glad the first Misfits house wasn't in LA, because that so would have happened to me multiple times.
would have
Just
died.
accidental highs.
Yeah, we would be in a very different position. I think.
Yeah,
the
but-
Misfits house started in LA.
I don't think we're cut out for LA, guys.
I want to
to
move here, dude.
We could
I'm
do
not
it in
gonna lie to
person.
You really?
100%.
Why?
I think I could make the best content here.
Why's that?
I want to make IRL stuff.
Well,
Nice.
Toby's very into like lifestyle and fashion content. That's what he
This
wants
is a
to
good
do,
place
so-
for it, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Plus, there's so many creators to collab with. I mean,
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
there's
Pokey
everybody
shopping.
James
here.
Charles.
Yeah, he's so
Yes.
cute in person.
Is he?
Yeah, he's actually straight up like a he has a beautiful face.
Yeah, there's
Like
no
his
talking about
face
him.
is unironically like perfect. It's fucked up.
How
That's
tall
so
was he?
cute.
Oh, he was just about my height.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Ah,
nice.
so he's a midget.
he's probably like an inch too taller.
Okay.
Very interesting. Yes, but Ted eats this nerd rope and then looks at the packaging. And, well, no, actually, what happened was he ate it and he was gonna eat another one.
Yeah, he was going to eat a second,
my
and then Cooper
God.
was like, "Whoa, what
Oh,
are you
no.
doing?" He's like, "What are you doing? That's sweet." And he goes, "What are you kidding? I just had one. I just had a whole one." And then they look at it and they go, "Oh, that's like 60 milligrams." He's like, "60? No, holy shit!" And then they look at his 400, and he's like,
400.
400?
Why would they
we were
make-
at dinner?
Why would they make
I
a
can hear that in Ted's voice too.
Yeah,
Why would they make a nerd's rope 400
Yeah.
milligrams?
Because it's
Surely
it's
that's something
little,
that
right?
you'd want the whole
you got
thing.
it from an illegal dispensary. We
Yeah.
bought
What
it
is an
from.
illegal dispensary?
It's because
It's one that isn't legal.
you're
yeah,
not-
I know,
yeah.
but if
Because-
it's obviously a dispensary, doesn't it kind of have to be legal?
Well, it's illegal in that it doesn't really abide by the restrictions. It sells like
I see.
you know in most of the actual like MedMen or Cookies on Melrose or any of those fucking places, it's like you can only get 100 milligrams max in any edible. And for Ryan and Manuel and all those
see.
guys in our team, they're like, that's not enough. We need 1,000 just for fun.
Yeah.
You know.
So
The interesting thing about like weed here is that there's so many different places that they're like ratings for the weed, like 400 milligrams and all that. It's not really consistent. Because I remember the first time Mason and I were in LA, I don't even smoke weed. I don't like weed, but I had hundreds of milligrams of edibles and I was totally fine.
yeah.
But now here, these guys will have like, 50 milligrams and be pretty decently high.
Yeah.
Isn't that meant to be a lot though?
50 to 60 is a lot.
Yeah.
I'll take like maybe 75 to 100 for flights where I want to knock myself out.
I thought you were
And
gonna say where I
so-
want to die.
No.
Mason and I streamed in LA that time.
What time
I was,
this?
to be fair, I was pretty high.
Yeah, you were.
But like I wasn't like I'm dying high.
Yeah, you weren't freaking
And
out.
that was hundreds of milligrams.
Yeah.
Like we had drinks and stuff that would
was
be
so
like
funny.
50%
Yeah,
weed.
tinctures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's weed drinks.
Yes.
Yeah, there's weed
I
everything
thought you
in
know
LA.
this. Weren't you a stoner?
Wasn't I what?
Oh, jeez.
What?
Nothing.
He's just making a joke.
Yeah.
The gamer subs?
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the routine. I'm very, very
Okay.
fascinated by this routine.
Yeah?
We keep breaking it up with talk about drugs.
Alright.
The fans are sick of hearing about drugs. What they want to know is what Pokimane does in a day, okay?
Do they?
Do they really want to know?
I don't-
Maybe
I don't
her
know.
simps want to know.
I don't know.
I'm kind of curious.
I'm kind of hoping
Yeah.
the Simps are watching. Shout out, guys. How you guys doing?
What do you think of that shit? The whole simp thing.
You gotta love it in a way.
I love memes so much, and so I find so much humor in all the simp stuff. However, I do think at some point it just gets so obnoxious to the
Yeah.
like, and only because it got to the point where literally anytime you say anything nice to any girl, simp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really demotivates people from wanting to be nice to women on the
Yeah.
internet.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge
Which
misogynist
is-
You're nice
now.
to a girl, you fucking simp.
Right?
Yeah, you hold open a door for a woman. Simp.
And I don't think that's the kind of thing that we need less of. Then again, I'm a little biased. So.
You are a woman at the end of the
Fucking
day.
women, am I right?
You just don't
You
know what
love
it's
your
like.
simps. Just admit it. You
Oh,
love
I
the
love
simps.
the Simps. And I love to simp. Simping is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After like other female streamers, or you
Yeah.
and like you secretly like on your alt account on guys chats like
No, on the main.
tier 3
Oh.
subs, like let's go.
I'm trying to think if there's any guy I simp for.
Surely Greek.
You know, one
Surely
time-
Greek.
Greek, I would like white knight for, like not just simp. It's not just like, oh my god, Greek. It's like protect him, you know,
Ah.
protect.
Well, how did you initially meet Greek? Because you guys seem like very close friends now. Like,
I met him at TwitchCon like 2 or 3 years ago, and he was he was networking,
right,
like he was simping for the hosts.
right, okay,
I could tell because like I met him and he was like making all these jokes about like, oh, like you want me to hold the camera while like you take a photo with this person, because people would come and be like, oh my god, can I have a picture, Pokey? They'd be like, oh, I'll do it.
right.
And I was like, oh, you just like want to get on my good side. But you know, over the years, he is a really, really cool guy, and he's one of like the best streamer friends that I've made, in the sense that he's not just the kind of person that hits you up for stream stuff. He'll ask like, oh, like, are you doing okay?
Yeah.
How's life? We actually keep up with each other. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And he seems to bring the content every single time as well.
oh, he
I don't
truly
think-
does.
I can't think of anyone that's as capable of just generating content out of conversation as easily
Yeah.
as Greek. Like when
And
he
he
joins my
loves to
stream,
do it.
he loves it. Whenever he joins my stream, it's just a pleasure because I can just take the back seat. And
Yeah.
Greek just takes over. I'm like, thank you, buddy. I love you.
Free content.
Yeah, no, exactly. What do you think about his progress with his weight loss and everything? He seems to be just such a
Insane.
great mental state right now and doing well in life.
Yeah.
Good to see.
I think he like really got addicted to progressing
Yeah,
health wise, which is probably one of the best things to be obsessed with, you know what I mean?
yeah, definitely.
And when you get into that routine, and I remember he would like get on stream, be like preaching, like, listen guys, there's just like so much sugar in cereal, you shouldn't even have cereal in the morning. We're only supposed to have like one bowl of cereal's worth of sugar in the whole day, so like don't have cereal. It was really, really cute. And I love that like he you know, I feel like it had such an impact on the whole Twitch community.
Yeah,
And just like making people realize how important health is. So
yeah.
I like that he documented his journey publicly.
It's a very cool thing to see. And yeah, I mean, in the Twitch community especially, but you know, all over the internet, there's people that struggle with their health, or they find themselves just get into a rut in life. And streamers, I think, really help a lot of people out in that sense, because it's like, oh, like here's some company, here's like someone entertaining to watch that I resonate with, that offers good advice. So people like Greek, I feel, that are just setting a good example and actually want the best for those people, like that goes a long way. It's
I
very
agree.
Cool. We were
I
trying
thought where you were gonna head with that is talking about how unhealthy streamer lifestyle is.
yes.
Oh yeah,
Well, we can talk about-
Postmates. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I got so into Postmates, I had no choice but to find healthy alternatives on Postmates. You know,
What were the healthy alternatives? You were getting some salads delivered to you?
though there's a freaking salad that my whole house eats. Like the salad gets delivered 3
That's
times
a really
a day.
that's a fucking big salad.
It's the same one.
Your whole house can eat it?
No, what I mean is everybody likes to order it.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and everybody orders it like individually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really good it's a Chinese chicken salad
Oh wow.
I had the same
from
thing.
California Chicken Cafe.
I had the same thing last year. Like once you find that magic salad that
Yeah.
tastes good enough that you can eat it like every day, pretty much. It's
And
just
it's
like,
healthy
I fuck with
enough.
I fuck with the Greek salad,
yeah,
but the thing is, so much salt in it, dude.
yeah.
It's
Well, it's-
anchovies and feta cheese and olives
And the
It's
sauce.
So
You
You
gotta
goddamn
take
good.
what you can get.
Yeah, dude.
a salad is a salad.
A
Isn't it?
salad's a
You're
salad.
being healthy.
It's fiber,
I freaking
dude.
agree.
You take good shits after you eat a salad. I'll tell you that
Do you
much.
know?
Yeah.
Well, that's very good to
You
know.
should.
So thank you.
And if you eat hair.
Yeah.
Hair.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been doing that since I was 6. So
Yeah.
I'm
I
set.
chew on my beard hair.
Yeah. Mine can't actually fit in my mouth.
I've seen so many videos like my strange addiction,
The guy-
grooming my cat, and they just like lick the cat.
It's funny because it literally doesn't work.
Licking the cat.
What do
Like
you
cats can do that shit. Cats can like clean themselves because they have
Yep.
the bristles on their
Oh,
their tongues are a comb. Have you ever gotten licked by a cat? Dude, shit
Yeah.
feels like sandpaper.
It really
You
does.
fucked up, Mason. You sneezed on the
Fuck
show.
Fucking
up.
It's
sneeze.
time to leave, buddy. First you urinate, in the
One
middle of the
strike
show.
and you're out. No more sneezes,
Oh,
dude.
shit.
Get that Corona shit out of here.
So, I mean, have you ever gone through periods where you're like, oh no, my health is like really taking a dive here because I'm working too hard, or because the streamer life is just, you get caught up in it? Or
Oh yeah, I think everyone does.
Mm.
As you, it's like the work, sleep, friends cycle, and then add health, and it's still pick two. You know, you just can't do everything right all the time, and it's especially hard. Like for example, if a really good game comes out, and when it comes to streaming, it sucks, but so much of it has to do with competition. Like whether you're streaming longer than other people, whether you're like taking up a good time slot and not many others are streaming, blah, blah, blah. And that's the one thing that I hate the most about streaming, how much it rewards doing nothing but streaming or caring about nothing but streaming. I have a really hard time kind of abiding by that though, because I just can't do 12 hours in a day.
Sure.
That's
Bye.
Yeah.
terrible.
But you know how people do that a lot?
Adderall.
Adderall, yeah.
Yep. Oh, shit.
Really? It's very
It
common?
makes me worried because I think at one point I got some sort of a sense that like, especially a lot of kids like trying to get good at Fortnite because that's how you make money nowadays, were like using that as a way to do it. And like, especially when your brain is still developing, if it's not something that you specifically need,
Well, if you don't
That
have
can be-
hardcore ADHD,
Exactly,
and you
that
don't
can
get
be
a
concerning.
it's very easy to cheese an Adderall prescription.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
everyone's got a friend in high school that has a prescription. It's like,
Yeah.
Jolie, just give me an Adderall.
I had a-
Or you just go
I
and
had
you're
a-
like, oh
I had
yeah, I just can't pay attention.
Yeah, I
have
had
all
I
these
had a friend that
symptoms."
literally faked it to his mom and to his dad so he could sell it in high school.
Sell
Yeah, he
it?
made so much fucking money.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well, my concern is that the kids they start taking Adderall casually, and then when they're off it, they feel like
They
they
can't
need
do
it, and then
anything,
they're
yeah.
like they self-diagnose themselves with ADHD because they're like dependent on Adderall, and it's like, I'll just self-medicate myself some more. Like, I have ADHD, I'll do Adderall. Like,
Yeah, Adderall is tough. I've never taken Adderall.
Neither
I've
have
never
I,
taken
actually.
I've never
Same.
taken an upper in general. I just
what are other
worry.
uppers?
It's like there's Adderall, there's Vyvanse, there's Ritalin. You know, things that are like more stimmy.
I guess caffeine is
Yeah,
technically
caffeine's an upper,
so-
but not to
Taking
the
that
extent that
upper.
Adderall is an upper.
No.
You know,
Well,
Adderall makes you feel like tuned in, really on top. You could focus. You just hammer shit out. It's
Dude,
the
I know
study
people that
drug.
have had like heart problems because they take Adderall and they don't need it.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
Yeah, no,
Shit.
it's fucked. You know, it's the study drug in college. People take it all the time. People just passing it around, and you know, many times I've had roommates said, you know, I'd be working on a video in my college dorm, and they'd be like, "Hey, man, you coming out tonight for the party? We about to bool," and I'm like, "Nah, dude, I have to get this Counter-Strike rap video on." And then he goes, "Oh no, dude, here, I'll give you an Adderall. Have some Adderall. Take the Adderall, or take the Vyvanse, and." You know, cram it out, and then you'll be
And then-
booling for tonight, and then
yeah.
you could drink. And I'm like, are you fucking stupid? And it's just like the matter of any time I'm going to be doing work, if I attribute that to having to pop a pill to get it done, and
You're
I'm
gonna have to do it
working
every
every
time.
day, then I'm taking a pill every day, and then I'm going to be addicted to it.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me through a really long stream though is just a good game. Like,
Oh my
if,
God,
if
yeah,
a good
that's
game
the
comes out,
best.
yeah, I'll have 15-hour streams, and it's like felt like 2 hours to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
You know?
I agree.
I've-
But you just can't do that every day.
Yeah, obviously.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Surely not.
That's what Gamer Subs is for.
I mean, maybe.
I think the longest stream I ever did was I just went for 15 hours naturally, and it felt very natural. And I felt great off the end. I was like,
Yeah.
"Ah, what a great stream! That was so much fun." Next day, though, I was like, "Oh, I couldn't possibly."
You just can't force
I just-
yourself,
yeah,
you know?
it's just overstimulated, I guess.
I don't think humans are meant to be able to stream like 17 hours every day.
Hell no.
Oh, I've
You're
had
gonna
some
boom.
unhealthy weeks of
Fuck.
just like every single day for a week, just been really into something and been streaming, 15 to 20 hours a day. It was, so unhealthy,
That's
but so much fun.
insane. How do you
Yikers.
do that?
Well, it's just, I'll find something that I'm really into.
I guess if you're really into it and it feels natural.
Yeah,
Like, I
'cause-
could see a really good game come out and then I'll stream like 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. Could be good.
Valorant.
Valorant. Are you excited for Valorant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were talking to Scar last night, and he really hyped me up for it. He was like, "Yeah, no, it's gonna be massive," and I was like, "Yeah, well."
I don't think there's a way that it could possibly fail off the bat. I just don't think Riot could make a game that could fail.
Well,
If-
it's
Yeah.
gonna get the attention. I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly.
It might
Yeah.
it might take the Apex Legends route of Ooh.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
That's
What
exactly
game is
what I'm
this?
worried about.
Valorant. It's the like Counter-Strike mixed with Overwatch. They got Hanzo's
Mhm.
bow and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the creators of League of Legends. It's coming out, what,
From Riot
later
Games.
this year, hopefully? Or isn't
Summer, I think.
It's very much a CS:GO cross with
Okay.
Overwatch.
This is
Exactly
going to be
that.
good for us. It's going to be a profitable time. Very good.
Dude.
Very good.
So, do
hope-
whatever now, but be ready. Summer 2020.
All I'm hoping
Yep.
for is that they're designing everything in mind so that it works best for content creators. Like having a great lobby.
I'd say they're going to be
Everything.
focused more on competitive gamers.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
it.
Riot does love
Oh,
competitive.
Yeah.
hey man.
But the
if it's
competitive-
fun casually, that's all I care about.
Well, the competitive element, like,
I think
fuels
they're
the
good at doing
content.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the competitive thing is what gets people really interested in
Yes.
in the first place, and then they might seek casual content
Yeah.
as well, like what we do, the funny
Community
stuff.
servers, community content type
Yeah.
stuff. Like the stuff that keeps Counter-Strike alive.
Yeah.
Were you into Runeterra?
No.
Fair.
What's Runeterra?
It's the League of Legends card game that came out recently.
Not a card game person.
COD games.
Neither.
I actually used to love Hearthstone, but that was when I was in school. So I feel like I only loved it because I could play it in class
Right.
and take it around with me on my phone.
I get
But you know,
that.
if I'm gonna sit on my PC, I'll just play League. Fuck it.
Yeah. Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh over here.
When did you start playing League? How long ago?
Oh my god, I think 15.
Right.
8 years.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess it's
Old.
same with me in CS, I think, was around 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
These
it always
games are
surprised
old
me
now.
how long CS has been around
Yeah, I mean, CS has been around for,
for a minute.
1.6.
yeah, definitely. Wait, so you find yourself getting addicted to games sometimes, like when a really good game comes out, but do you find yourself getting addicted to streaming? Like you just want to stream? Or is it always like, yeah, like, streaming's fun, but...
I think I have like pretty intense like streamer's guilt. So like if I go like 2-3 days,
Yeah.
it's like it's like, and not in a good way, not in like a wow, I really want to do it. It's like fuck, I really should do it because I already have this like notion in my mind of how often I should be streaming in general. But like as much as I enjoy streaming, I feel like it is also something that can kind of like I output so much energy when I do it. I don't think it's really the kind of thing that I would get addicted to.
There are
Right.
times on Streamers Guild, like sometimes you'll be playing a game and you're like, "Ah, maybe I should just be streaming this. Like
Yeah.
I'm playing it off stream, having a good time. Or like if I find myself getting high energy when I'm not streaming, I'm like, oh, I wish I was
should
streaming
stream.
this.
Yeah, or just
Yeah.
in general, like with being involved in social media, I feel it's like any moment you're experiencing in your life where it's like a good moment or it's
You
funny.
start
you're like,
thinking, oh, I need to put
content,
this
fuck, we
online.
didn't film that, or didn't put that in my story, or
Yeah.
I actually
Weird.
got to a point not long ago where I felt the exact opposite way.
really.
Yeah, where like I felt it was so indulgent to just like not touch social media at all, to do whatever the heck I wanted and like not have anyone know.
Yeah.
Cause like I don't know about you guys, but I got some fucking crazies online that like try to Reddit detective every single thing I do. They're like, I saw her in the corner of this Insta story. I think she goes to this place. I think she did this thing. I Google Maps her when she was like,
That's
it's
fucking
insane.
weird, dude. Like, there are people that are really obsessed.
Yeah, it's too much. And so I also mean, like, I've been doing this shit like 6 years, and I just like hit a brick wall where I was like, it feels so good to do whatever I want and not have anyone know about it at all and not worry. Because every time you put something out there, or at least me, I've been like conditioned, oh, this is what people will say, this is what some people will say, blah, blah, blah.
What's the-
And not having to worry about that feels so good.
What's the craziest thing like you've ever gotten in a message from a fan that was really
I
off-putting?
think we asked something similar last time.
But that was when what? Someone kissed you on the cheek or something? Some like European
Oh, in
guy?
person?
That was in person, but I mean more of like the message.
I had kind of like a bad experience. I'll share it anyways. So I was streaming in Japan, and there was a fan that waited for us outside of a restaurant. Actually, 2 of them. And we came down, and he was so excited. It's like, oh my God, like, Pookie, I love your stuff. And I hope you know, like, you have so many Japanese fans that are really happy that you're here. And he was like, I want to teach you how to say, like, I love Japan. And so he taught me how to say something. And it wasn't, I love Japan.
what
was
it?
Yeah.
This, actually.
It was, like, really inappropriate to the point, I don't even remember what it was. But, yeah. Oh, I think he said something like, I'm a slut or whatever.
Right.
And, like, afterwards, it just like, it made me feel so gross and really blew my mind. Like, not what he did necessarily, because like we've all seen some really troll shit online, but like how well he faked being a fan.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was insane. And it like made me feel bad, because like I was so happy in that moment, because having like a nice fan interaction feels really good. And he was like, oh, like, I'm so happy to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, this is so sweet.
And when you realize that he was just fucking with you, that made it even
Yeah.
worse.
Rips that genuine moment
What
away.
a fucking dog cunt.
Yeah, what an asshole.
That sucks.
It's weird.
What was like that Japan trip like in general? Because I know that it was following some drama within offline TV, which you don't have to get into. Although I am kind of curious. I know that it's something that's more between.
Yeah, I mean,
other
it's kind of
members.
already all online. We just, I guess, as a group, had a falling out with someone in the group who wronged someone else in the group, whatever.
Yeah.
And it wasn't actually following that, like, it was literally on that trip.
Right.
But I guess the rest of the trip was just us trying to make the best out of the situation we were in, and still enjoy each other's company, while also sort of like mourning this loss together.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I guess it makes like a hole in the group. Like, even if it was someone fucking up, it's still like, man, things were so good, and now things are weird and it's uncomfortable, and you kind of
Like,
just
why
have
you
to,
gotta do that?
Yeah, it's like you just gotta make the best of the situation, I suppose.
And you really do have to like mourn a friendship sometimes when it's someone that you're like that close with and live with, and
Yeah.
it was a lot. But
Yeah, but I mean, was the trip itself still went okay? Still worth going?
oh, Japan is so nice.
Yeah.
We went to Mount Fuji
Oh,
on the
hell
last
yeah.
day. It was amazing. I think that one day saved like the whole trip. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, you're walking into like a desktop wallpaper.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, to look like all the fucking postcards.
Insane.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't even describe it to you. Like, you feel like you're in a movie. The lighting is perfect. The air is so goddamn crisp.
Nothing like a good bit of crisp air. I guess
No,
me
like,
that card.
You breathe. Now I breathe air, and I'm like, this is nothing. This air, disgusting.
This air is
Trash.
gross.
No, I'm kidding.
Assistant,
but it
get
was-
me some canned Mount Fuji air.
Have you been to Japan a few times now?
I've been twice.
Okay. What's your
Yeah.
favorite thing about going there? Is it your favorite place
The
you
hentai.
visited? Or?
Nothing.
Oh, the hentai. It is pretty good. I guess it just feels like another world, unlike any other country.
Very culturally different.
Very
Yeah.
alien.
Very what?
Alien.
Alien?
Yeah.
Sort of. Well,
It's definitely
alien
different.
kind of
to-
has like a negative connotation.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
more
Well,
just
not in that way. I mean, like an alien in the coolest
Yeah, like
possible.
cool
like
aliens,
like
like-
literally anime, but IRL.
Like ALMAO.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's a whole new world.
Yeah, because
I really
I've
like
been when I was a kid with my family, but I feel like it's a very different experience going like as an adult when you
Yeah.
experience it on your own. And
I'm
And you get to
excited.
do whatever the heck you want and
Yeah.
go to maid cafes.
maid
Oh my
cafes.
God, we went to a maid cafe, and not just like a normal one. This is like the best maid cafe, and
Wait,
we
so-
met with the best maid.
Explain what a maid cafe is.
So a maid cafe is a cafe where the people serving you are all maids. And
dressed up
They're
as-
dressed
they're
up
dressed
as
in
like,
maid
like
outfits.
French maids.
Not only that, but like, dude, this was like streaming on drugs, like girl streamers on drugs, because it's like a girl in person, and she's like, hello, like, I'm here to serve you. And they do all, dude, at one point they make you infuse the food with love by doing moe at the
The
food.
love heart symbol. Just, okay.
And they like talk so sweet to you, and they just make you feel really good about yourself. And like, I can't even hate it, but it made me understand simping so much better.
Oh, yeah?
Seriously, yeah. And all the girls that I was with, they're like, I feel so healed. Just because like they emanate like just such positive energy, and they're just like so sweet. It was amazing.
So it felt very genuine. It didn't feel like it was an act.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
oh, you really care about me. This is
Yeah.
right. Oh man,
It
we
was
gotta go.
freaky.
The boys gotta go.
Yeah, you guys have got to go. And the main maid, like the head maid, anything you do with her costs extra. Like, you can pick which maid you want to take a photo with. If you do with her, it's extra. But I really can't blame them because she's that good at what she does.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Japan has sort of a strange culture. Well, not that strange, I guess, just different with I was watching this video about I guess the correct term is a male prostitute, except he didn't have sex with women. He just like drives a
them feel good?
Lamborghini and like just makes them feel special and just like hangs out with their friends and stuff and like
An
goes to a
escort.
bar. Yeah, an escort.
An
I
escort.
suppose.
Interesting.
Is that what they're called?
Like an emotional escort, just there for good
That's
vibes.
literally
and
maid
A
cafes.
serviceman.
Yeah.
Like a service dog.
Japan seems very open about that culture of kind of just like, you know,
Paying for cuddles.
yeah, exactly, like selling that service of like, oh, this is
They have that
intimacy.
here too.
Yeah,
Do they?
dude.
You can pay for someone to come cuddle you.
Yeah, no, it's
Fuck.
legit. It's not
This whole
prostitution.
time. This whole time.
My
all
friend told
platonic.
me.
Your friend
What
told you.
happens if you're paying for a cuddle and you pay extra for like, you know, a little bit longer of a cuddle, and then you just have sex completely after that?
Well, that costs you extra.
But no, it wouldn't cost extra.
No,
No, I think
with
you
me
just
it does
could.
cost extra.
Oh, I knew that. That's why we haven't
I
done
think
it yet.
nothing happens. You just can.
Probably.
Probably.
It's like what if you pick up a rock and then like a prostitute, it's like, hey, you want to buy this rock for me for $100? And the guy's like, yeah, sure, I'll buy the rock from you for $100. And then she goes, oh yeah, you're kind of cute. After the transaction, she goes, you want to have sex?
Oh, I see
You
what you're
just paid
saying.
for a rock.
the
Legal.
loophole.
Yeah, you didn't pay for
Are
anything
you
else.
talking about foot massages?
No, I don't think I'm referencing foot massages at
Oh, okay.
all.
Why do you bring foot massages up?
There are so many sketchy foot massage places in Los Angeles, and it's like foot massages, and then the whole thing is just like blacked out curtains and like just like literally blacked out windows.
Have you ever went to get your feet massaged?
No, but I really want to because like you can just tell it's not just foot massages, you know.
It's the black market foot
If
massage.
it was just foot massages, why are you like being so sketch about it?
It's because like they don't want like foot fetishists to take pictures through the window. It's probably really
No way.
no.
I hope you just go in and it's really wholesome. And
They don't
just-
want
Yeah.
they don't want Quentin Tarantino
Imagine.
pressed up against, they don't want Quentin Tarantino pressed up against the glass.
I
looking
really
in.
didn't believe it till I watched his latest movie, and it's actually like 25%
His fucking
feet
feet are
shots.
everywhere, dude.
Everywhere.
It's almost gross. It's almost
You
like,
know,
dude, why
but
are you even putting it in there?
It's kind of amazing. Can you imagine being such a famous director and just being like, fuck it,
Fuck it,
I'm going
dude.
to put feet shots in
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
I
and
need at
people are
least-
still going to watch it.
Everyone else on set's like, okay, we're gonna let Quentin do his feet thing for
Yeah.
a bit. Okay, like get it out of his system.
Ooh, but I would feel kind of weird being the actress,
actress.
and him being like, can you put your feet up? Take the socks off, though. You know?
Take your socks off. Put your dirty feet up on the fucking thing in front of you right now.
Yeah.
Is that your Quentin Tarantino?
I don't know
impression?
how the fuck he talks. I know
I'm
he
sure-
said yeah, nothing.
I'm sure he's a lovely guy.
I'm sure he's
just-
great.
Has unique taste.
Keep your
I
shoes
got
on
it.
though.
That's an interesting thing. Like, do you reckon actresses go into Quentin Tarantino's movies expecting to have to show their
They
feet?
must.
Yeah, they probably wear really good shoes for the audition.
Do you reckon they have to pay extra for it?
I don't know.
Because like that movie that I was talking about before this
Mm.
and the pre-show, like there was the sex in it looked real, and it makes you think like, did these actresses know that they were basically filming a porn?
I mean,
You
you
know?
read the script,
They-
so probably.
They're professionals. I'm sure they're well aware of like what they're getting inside. It's not like they showed up and it's like, oh yeah, you guys are having sex today. Like, did you
They're
know?
like, what? I didn't sign up for this.
Speaking of,
Ooh. Oh, sorry
you
to
go.
cut you off. But I want to tell you guys about Project Melody.
Ooh.
Oh
I
yeah,
mentioned this earlier. So you've played a lot of VR chat. Have you guys all played
Yes.
VR chat?
Yeah.
And you know the anime avatars?
Mm-hmm.
The very jiggly anime avatars?
Yes,
course.
big titties.
Oh, yes. So a girl had, I guess, someone made an anime avatar for her, and she started using it on campsites.
okay.
So, like, obviously that to draw it nude as well. And she became, like, one of the most popular cam girls on Chatterbait.
And she's just
A
an avatar.
Like, she's just an anime girl.
oh,
so it's like
shit.
hentai come to life.
so it's like motion tracked sort of
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
I mean, just like VR.
And she must be fully clothed as well while she's doing it.
No.
no. While
That's
she
it.
It's
Like,
on
what-
Chatterbait.
No, while she's doing the
Oh,
anime thing, she
yeah,
must
I
be
guess
fully
so.
clothed.
maybe.
I mean, I wonder.
Maybe in her
That's
underwear
her
just for
choice.
comfort.
I
but-
really don't know the details.
but when she says like one of the biggest creators on Chat about, like she was huge,
Oh.
Like how? Like
No,
very
is.
popular,
and
and
still
still
huge.
is, yeah.
and then she also streamed a bit on Twitch, just
Okay.
chatting.
And
Cool.
didn't she have like 40,000 viewers at one point?
Soda Pop and hosted her like immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently he loves it. But I thought that was really interesting.
So interesting.
I wonder
The
if
world
So
is
that's
evolving.
Project Melody?
Yes.
That's Project Melody?
Project Melody, yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
sure. There'll be a time pretty soon where you'll be able to literally go to like a VR brothel or something.
Yeah.
You literally can.
Wow.
You literally go into VR
That's
chat,
just VR
board club
chat?
at 3 a.m. You go up to a random person that has
Yeah,
mocap. They
but-
go PayPal me $10. I'll give you a fucking private dance. They put on a not safe for work avatar and they shake their ass and jiggle tits in front of you. I've seen it.
It'll
Is
get
that
more
really
intense.
a thing?
It's literally a thing, dude.
I remember
There
when
are
I played
prostitutes.
VR chat, I had a feeling there was a lot of sketchy stuff going on, but I don't know
Very
for sure.
sketchy,
There,
dude.
there are
Very-
so many drunk people in VR chat just having a good time.
Dude,
in
there
their room.
drunk?
are people doing like great Gatsby parties. There's like drinking games in VR. So people literally like crack open a 6-pack in their bedroom alone at 4 a.m. But they'd be having this party with like a 60-person house party with all these people internationally that are also getting drunk as fuck.
Wow.
Most of them have full body tracking on. Apparently, it's insane.
I
But
just
you
hope
know that like in 5 or 10 years or so, there's going to be like actual VR brothels where you go into VR there, and then they have these like haptic feedback suits or something
And
that make it
fleshlights
feel
that-
like it. Yeah.
my God.
fleshlights
And you
that
take-
sync up to the model.
They'll take the
Yeah.
headset off and it's just robots just moving around. You're like, oh, yeah.
That'll totally be what happens.
prostitutes
surely.
are going to be like, robots are taking our jobs.
Yeah, automation.
They took our germs.
Oh my God.
A quarter per go? Easy.
I wonder if hanging out like that in VR chat like actually helps people who maybe are socially awkward or
Oh,
struggling.
yeah.
Like, do you think it
Yeah.
actually makes like them improve in the real
Socially?
world?
Yeah,
Yes.
not gonna lie, it reminds me a lot of like when I was 13, 14 and I first got into MMOs, and I fucking loved MMOs. And like looking back, I realized like those were basically my friends at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
And how I kind of learned to socialize.
That explains why you're so socially awkward.
True. No, that's just being a streamer.
True.
But yeah, it's definitely the same. But in that same breath, it makes me hope there aren't too many underage people, because I
True.
think those are
Yeah.
typically the kind of people that are most attracted to that sort of thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially on even like on platforms like Discord as well. It's a huge issue.
That's
Yeah.
fucking, yeah, dude. Discord's
Oh,
a new
yeah.
AOL. Discord,
yeah.
it's a new Omegle, ASL. Yeah, dude. Oh, it's so weird the number of people that like have been banned from my Discord, probably from your Discord, for just like chatting with minors and just being fucking weird and creepy.
Yeah.
Do you interact with your Discord very much?
No.
It becomes impossible after a time. It just
Yeah.
becomes
Well,
like-
when you have 100,000 people chilling in a Discord server, it's harder to hop in the chats to talk to anybody
Yep.
without it becoming a shit show.
My-
You say one thing and it's gone in 2 seconds.
Yeah, everybody's typing.
Yeah.
Yep.
My server, I'm convinced, doesn't even know I exist anymore. They've just become their entirely
Yeah,
own,
no,
like, cult.
that happens to every single server. They just make their own. Not only that, they make their own groups, and then people make other groups, and then it becomes factions, and then they start fighting.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
there's Discord drama.
Then they make like little.
all the time.
Then they make like other communities. Like they make their own Discord server, and then it becomes a whole nother thing.
It's
It's people with too much time.
well, it's like
That's
a
exactly what I'm saying.
it's like a social simulation in a lot of ways because
Yeah.
they all know that it's pretty risk free. Like no one's actually gonna, Jesus, cars outside. No one's actually going to like come to their house unless they know where they live. So they're
Yeah.
safe at the end of the day. So they
Yeah,
they'll
that
risk things.
that's the thing about like the VR chat and Discords and all those things. It's like, yeah, technically they're improving their social skills, but it's all risk free.
Yeah.
And
great
like,
sim-
Which is
Simulated-
not the same way
No.
that reality
Yeah.
works.
and like you can,
It's great to simulate conversation. It's
Mm-hmm.
great to like come up and introduce yourself to people. It's really good for people that have tremendous social anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
like to the point where they don't go outside or they just don't interact with anybody. So it's good for them. Like people
Yeah,
with
but-
autism.
But at the end of the day,
it may make it easier for them to stay inside. You know, those people that are like, I don't want to go outside. You know, I just want to stay in my little cave and talk to my friends on Discord instead of talking to people in the real world.
it kind of just creates a new safety bubble in some ways.
Yeah.
I think, and it definitely still pays to leave that bubble and get that experience. And
Mm.
That's
you know,
true.
talk
It
to
can be a helpful tool, but only if you view it as such.
yeah, exactly. A stepping
Otherwise, you could be stuck there forever.
stone. A
Yeah.
stepping stone. Yeah, Jesus, guys, come on, get off Discord, go outside, take a walk about it.
All right. So far
But
we
after
know.
you finish the podcast, after.
So far we know that Pokimane doesn't use her phone and she gets out of her bed with one foot.
1 foot.
Okay, there's got to be better questions than what do you do in the morning?
Yeah, I
We're-
agree.
Yeah, I don't
What do
Ask
you
me
do in the
something juicy.
afternoon?
Oh God, I'm usually streaming.
What do you do at night?
I'm playing League.
What do you-
Oh, I was gonna also add when you guys were talking about do you ever like get addicted to streaming? I think my issue is also that so many of the games I enjoy, I get stream sniped in, which forces me to enjoy streaming. I mean, which forces me to enjoy gaming offline way more. If there was just like a game that I could play on my own that I loved and could play for hours and hours, then maybe. But
That's actually a
fuck
great
stream
point.
snipers, dude.
Yeah.
Are you optimistic about the gaming industry in general right now? Because we keep complaining about it, but that's just because we're
Ooh, complaining about what?
just.
Not enough
About the
games.
lack of
We're the games.
Substance.
Oh,
I'm not sure if we're just being
that's
lazy.
why I'm
though.
a bit worried about Valorant. It feels like we're all just like a bunch of crack addicts. We're like, really
We
want
just
the
want
next
We need the
thing.
we need the
Yeah.
next thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I felt that way about Apex when it came out. I remember looking and be like, "This is it. This is gonna be huge. I can't wait to jump on and play
They
it."
kind of
And then,
Jumped on the plane and
Fumbled.
it fucking
Yeah.
sucked.
but yeah, like every time it happens, I just wonder: is it me? Am I just falling out of love with gaming? Or is it
Yeah,
the
I've been
industry?
wondering that too.
Do you guys ever think about maybe everybody just feels that way? And maybe it's because we've all evolved into people that can't just fall in love with one game. Like, I don't know if that perfect game that everybody's going to love even exists.
Minecraft.
We can hope.
Minecraft was great.
Minecraft was very good.
Still
Minecraft
great.
is nice. It just comes and goes, though.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
waves.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of games I think that will come and go. Like CS:GO is, I feel, kind of coming back right now. Perhaps
Yeah,
because
dude, it
of
was in a
Valorant.
nice little lull.
Valorant.
Yeah, and well, you want to teach me League of Legends. Well, I don't know if you want to, but you know, it's.
I'm going to have to.
You're gonna have to.
Do you,
Yeah.
do you still need people to teach you CS:GO?
Yeah.
All right, we got you.
Nice.
we're the crack team. We got you, Pokey.
I actually really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's,
I'm cracked out on CS now. I'm actually good. I've been playing a lot of Tarkov. That might be a little bit too hardcore for you.
I don't.
'cause
I look
it's-
at Tarkov and I'm like, I'm okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
dude, it'd be so much fun if you played it though, because you
You
just
think?
die relentlessly. And it'd be a
Yeah.
big shit show, but you'd scream a lot, which would be a lot,
Oh
like a
my
lot of
god.
fun. That game is so scary. You play that shit with headphones. Like walking is super loud.
Dude, I get
Gunshots
scared
are
by
deafening.
CS:GO half the time.
No, dude, you should play it. It'd be great.
have you played the new Call of Duty Battle Royale? Anything like that?
No, but I
Yeah.
heard it's fun.
You're definitely less into shooters and more into the
Which
MOBA.
Valorant. I wish I was more into shooters. I actually know why I'm not. When I was young, I actually initially got into gaming because of my brother. I was like, I'm gonna do whatever you do. And then at one point, he got sick and freaking tired of it. And he was like, stop fucking playing all the games that I play. And the game he was really into at the time was Guns. So I played it a bit. Have you guys played Guns?
It's just called Guns.
Yeah. Guns with a Z. Oh, man. It's a very, very popular shooter back then. And because of that, he like disallowed me from playing Guns. And he was like, you can play all the other games I play, but not this one. This one's mine. And so I never got into shooters.
Oh,
I
shame.
see. Damn.
I bet he regrets it now.
What was the MMO that you were into back in the day?
It's called Endless Online.
Oh, we talked about this. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite MMO.
You were
And
never
I played
into
a lot
Ma-
of Maple.
Yeah, Maple
Oh,
Story.
fuck yeah.
Fucking Maple Story, dude.
RuneScape.
You-
There
you
were
in-
like
were you-
random Flash player, dragon based MMOs that I
Yeah.
would play.
Oh yeah, fucking
Did you-
what was it?
What was it?
Dragon
Adventure Quest.
I
Adventure
love-
Quest.
Oh,
Yes.
I
Adventure
loved
Quest.
Adventure Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
That
shit.
shit,
Do you
that
remember
shit was
Adventure
top.
Quest Worlds? It
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
yeah. That was like Club Penguin. Of
That's what I used to go
I was
out
gonna
and play
say
with my
Club
friends.
Penguin
It's-
too. Those were the two games that I like begged my parents, please pay for membership.
yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
I could never get membership. My parents just refused to pay for anything like that. So as
Dude,
soon as I started making money from YouTube, I was like, all right, RuneScape membership, let's go. Adventure Quest, let's revisit. Turns out I kind of grew out of those games.
Yeah.
I wonder
kinda-
if Adventure Quest is still around.
I don't know, actually.
I have no idea. Probably not. Maple
know.
Story's still around, but it's shit. Private servers are good though. There's still a lot of private servers that are
Yeah, I
around.
hear.
The old pre-Big Bang shit.
I wonder if we're going to see another really big mainstream MMO, something new
Yeah.
that hasn't.
That'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
What would make it good enough?
I don't know. Well, I mean, like the fantasy world in MMOs has sort of been covered, I feel. So for something
Yeah.
to really take the world by storm, it would have to be different.
Like GTA?
Well, I mean, that would be interesting. Like like an actual R18 MMO where it's there's violence and
How about
heck, dude.
Hotel?
maybe something in space. I don't know, but space is so spacey.
I think it's too niche.
It's too abstract and weird.
Yeah.
Well, they have
Yeah.
a bunch of, there's Star Citizen, which are planning on
Yeah.
making an MMO. But
Yeah, but
give
that's-
that 20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Once League makes an MMO, or Riot makes an MMO, I'll play that.
Oh, I
shit.
could so see Riot making a bomb MMO.
Yeah, I
Can
feel like
hope.
they're almost fading out of fashion. I feel like a
MMOs?
lot of companies are just working on, big multiplayer game, cash
Yeah.
grab, $100 million, easy. All right, next.
I don't know
thing.
if there's a lot of money
Free
in
to
MMOs
play,
if
but
you make a
lots
good
of
one.
paid cosmetics.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's making a good one.
Well, I
It's a
think-
lot of work. I feel
WoW made a fuckload of money.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's easier to hook people with something like bright Fortnite cosmetics than it is the
Yeah.
MMO. I think you kind of need to get them in first, and then they're hooked. Then once they like get those first few levels, they're
Yeah.
onto it. Anyway, I'm curious, like, to know, do you have like plans for the future? Do you really plan much out, or do you just kind of know what
Ooh.
works and just try and
Yeah.
take things naturally and add things?
I kind of wish I had someone to just tell me what the fuck to do. Honestly, I'm
Word.
tired of figuring it out myself.
True.
Ask your team.
Right?
Yeah,
But
big
the
old
thing
one.
is, like, they're people I hire, and that's the roughest part, having to manage those people too. Oh,
yeah.
speaking of, did you guys know that in like, more on like in Asian countries where live streaming is a lot more advanced, what they have is like agencies or companies that go and find people to stream, give them everything they need, but then like own them and take like the majority of their income.
Fuck that.
And these people, especially a lot of girls, stream like so many hours every single day.
That sounds.
They're
very
literally
familiar.
slaves.
That sounds familiar to the K-pop industry in some ways. 'Cause
Yeah.
aren't
That shit's
they-
It's
fucked
literally
up.
gotten that big.
Wow.
But imagine that's like the future of live streaming in the US.
That's fucked up.
That sounds similar to like the cam girl world. There are so many
Yeah.
places where it's like a big warehouse. All these girls look like they're in their own bedrooms, but in reality, they're just in these little
Yeah,
boxy
that's what
sets.
they do.
And there's like 100 people in this warehouse all camming at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of awful.
It sounds,
sounds horrible.
It
And
sounds.
imagine just like the majority of your money. Bye bye.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it
guess
sounds
Like
like human
phase.
trafficking.
it's an interesting model, like for the streaming thing, because I guess like the justification is, oh, we found you when you were nothing, and we're giving you this lifestyle and this opportunity, and therefore we're gonna take. I mean, how much are they taking? Like 80%, like, or is
A
it?
lot. Yeah. 50
Yeah.
plus, I think.
Wow. So it's like they get your foot in the door, but
Yeah.
then I imagine once you actually start growing and you gain that audience, you kind of feel like, I don't need these people. Like they're giving me nothing.
But
now.
they own you.
But they
like
own you from that
straight up
point.
own you.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
And
mean,
a lot
Makes
of
me grateful
contracts.
for what we have. Yeah.
A lot of contracts like that as well. They're on a, it'll be like 5 years or
Yeah.
something. And if
Long,
you
long
decide you
time.
don't want to stream after that, they just take your money from whatever else you're doing.
yeah. I mean, do you know much about the K-pop industry? Is it very similar to that? Because
I watch a lot of YouTube videos
yeah, like,
about it.
I've heard
But yeah,
snippets.
K-pop, like they fucking own you too.
Yeah.
I actually have a friend who was a K-pop idol. She felt she wasn't treated very well. Well, not friend, like I know her super well, but I know her through friends. And this is also all public record. She felt she wasn't really treated very well. And then she actually had to like battle for her contract in court.
Wow.
And she just won the lawsuit.
Really?
And she also
Hey.
can't say anything about it still. But yeah, it was a pretty big deal. But like that's how you know it's really, really bad to have to
Yeah.
go to court for it.
They just
so.
seem to expect so much work from those like idols.
Those people choreograph dances, they sing, they dance, and like do all
All
this
day,
crazy shit.
every
They
day.
collapse like during performances. Like it's like they're like slaves. It's fucking crazy.
And I think there's like training beforehand
it's fucking
where you're
crazy.
just a trainee and then you don't actually know if like they're
You-
going to put you in a group
they're
and
gonna make you
debut
an
you
idol.
or not.
Yeah, aren't there like camps or schools, I guess, where
Yeah.
you go and you learn how to be an idol and you learn how to act and how to, dress.
I mean, not
How
even learn. I
terrible.
think you try out,
Okay.
and if they feel you have potential, then they train you every single day
Right.
for hours on end. You're not allowed to eat much. You literally just dance, sing, and perform.
and look cute
try to get
Yeah.
to the top.
and get some fan
And then
cams.
sometimes they come to you and they're like, okay, we're going to debut you in like 2 months. And sometimes you're just training for fucking ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense that sort of system will be put in place for things like live streaming or content
Yeah.
creation.
That's crazy.
Or TikTok even, like just TikTok stars. Like
Or
incubators.
YouTube.
Dude. Oh, what do you guys think about TikTok?
I don't use it. But it seems like everyone all of a sudden is, and I just feel like a boomer. I don't know.
I think it's funny as fuck.
Like from
There's some good shit on TikTok.
Yeah,
There-
exactly.
there
Yeah, I think
really
it's just the
is.
new Vine.
There's some
And there's a lot of cringy shit though.
Oh yeah.
gold stuff on there.
There is
There's
some
a
pretty
lot of
golden
cringy
shit.
shit on every platform.
True. I think like I feel like all the good stuff just reminds me of like 4 years ago Vine or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff
Um,
without the copyrighted music where it's just skits for 7 seconds. I
Yep.
fucking love it.
But what concerns me is like I think so many people are putting so much effort into TikTok when there's like no way to monetize it. Like I
People
see
finding
creators-
ways.
No, I mean, sort of.
You
but I think
know-
it's kind of bad.
Did you know that you can live stream and people can
but
donate?
I don't
Really?
think that that's very good either.
No, but I mean, people have just been taking brand deals.
Well,
But that's also really hard to get. Like I check a lot of really like people that have hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. Even they usually can't get brand deals. It's like the top 5 probably.
The interesting thing about TikTok is I feel like a few 100,000 followers is nothing on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas on
Which
any
is
other platform, that's
insane.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the exact same way.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the aspiring TikTok influencers are viewing it more as kind of a jumping platform for like, let's grow my Instagram. Let's like, you know, I'm a model like as well. Like,
Yeah.
I just do TikTok.
It's
or-
just like the Vine invasion on YouTube.
yeah.
You know, they're probably taking that model and being like, look at all these Vine stars that, you know, they did really well on Vine and then had a career to go to as soon as Vine was dead on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the big stars they're on YouTube already and they're killing it. They got these crazy fans.
And the people that come from Vine and TikTok and that sort of stuff, they tend to be the people that go from TikTok to YouTube to mainstream celebrity. Like think like
Like
people like
who?
David Dobrik and
Oh.
Logan Paul and the girls in that industry. I don't really know who they are,
I feel like YouTube is a really good platform. Same with live streaming. That's like you make a living, a career out of that.
yeah.
TikTok, I really worry about some people because I feel like views and fame on that platform come and go really
Yeah.
fast,
Yeah.
unlike any other.
We were watching this video the other day of these. It's like a group of like 16-year-olds that have a house in the Hollywood Hills
Yeah.
Hype House.
hype house where
Yeah.
they just make TikToks there.
Like 100 a day apparently between all of them.
Money.
I don't
100?
like between the entire group. There's just people always funneling through the house, just going to the bathroom and just recording.
There must be
TikToks.
they must be monetizing it somehow. They
Oh,
must
yeah.
be.
Oh, they all
But I
have
think
corporate
those
backing.
are like the top, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're superstars. Those
Yeah.
kids, like I see like some of those kids being like next level, like Instagram celebrities.
Yeah.
because they're so young. They're like 16.
Yeah.
and they have these like I don't know. It's just completely insane.
It's because they're relatable. Like all the kids that are on TikTok that are like that have that like culty sort of I'll follow you, you know, till you die sort of vibe.
Yeah,
And these kids are like a couple years older than them,
yeah,
so they can look up to them, but
Yeah.
they're still so relatable because they're so close in age to them.
yeah. They're the cool kids.
Dude, I can't imagine being like 15 in this day and age. Holy shit.
Yeah, no,
Weird.
it sucked
Fuck
dick.
that.
It's all about standing, canceling, how you look. I don't know.
Facetune.
Yeah.
yeah.
I did like a little when I last visited my parents. My mom is a teacher, and it was a school that I used to go to as well. So they're like, please visit us.
Oh, wow.
So I did, and I did like a little meet and greet. It was really cute. But I noticed like the 12, 13-year-old girls who would like take a picture together and like instantly they're like, oh my God, like I look so bad. Like, sorry, I don't like I have a filter on this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you're like 7 to me. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Dude, when
Yeah.
I was 12, I wore literally the same sweater like all the time. I think it's good to have a phase where like you're not so concerned about how you look, because I feel like then you don't actually worry about developing any other part of
Yeah,
your life.
yeah.
Like if you're spending so many hours a day worrying about how do I do my makeup perfect? How can I
Yeah.
dress so good? You don't give a shit about school. You don't give a shit about developing any hobbies or
Yeah.
extracurriculars.
Yeah, relationships and
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really worry about that in the younger generation.
Puberty is already such like a volatile time for
Mm-hmm.
like feeling like you need to be validated and worrying about body image and stuff.
Yeah.
And just adding
social
on
media
top of
does
it,
not
like,
help.
Like if you're at school and then all the other kids are on TikTok and they're getting views and they're like, oh my god, like they look so good in this TikTok.
Yeah, they're doing
Did you see
the
Jessica's TikTok today? God, she looks so good.
doing the Doja Cat punches and you roll with thing. Thanks for that, by the way. Every time I hear that fucking song, I think of you.
Dude, I hated myself for it because after I posted it and like so many people were commenting or like doing it or whatever the heck, it would get stuck in my head every time I opened up
Isn't
Twitter.
that a Fortnite emote now?
No.
No,
That's
it's
that
not.
was something
I don't
different.
think so.
It's
You
a
do have
different thing, right?
I made
Yeah,
a
you have
Fortnite
one,
emote.
though,
Yeah,
right?
it's not related to that though.
Okay.
That's pretty cool though.
What's it feel like to have a Fortnite emote?
It's kind of crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, not just a Fortnite emote, but knowing there's like an in-game cosmetic for a game that I love that's really popular, that's mine. That's pretty.
Yeah, you're up
mind-blowing.
there with the orange shirt kid. Orange
shirt.
Justice?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
He's pretty fucking good. I don't know who won it this time around because I did the same thing again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who won it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess like Fortnite was a pretty important part in your career, so it's very cool to have like yourself immortalized in that game forever, right?
Exactly.
That's special.
What do you think of League collabing with Louis Vuitton?
Wait, what's this?
Not gonna lie, I had
League,
to buy some shit.
League and Louis have worked
League of
together.
Legends made a collection with Louis Vuitton.
You
it
can
for
get Louis
clothing or
Vuitton
cosmetics?
Yes.
skins in the
Oh,
game.
skins.
Both.
Oh,
There was
What?
an in-game skin and there
Yeah,
were
it's sick.
clothes.
What's the in-game skin?
And the
You gonna
skins are
have your
dope.
champion wear Louis?
Well-
Sort of. It doesn't look like super Louis, but
Yeah.
it's actually really nice.
I
Cool.
think they would have
League art
just
is amazing.
yeah.
Designer
Yeah.
clothing.
Yeah.
They would have just had some designers from Louis go in and help design the clothing that the character's wearing.
That's funny.
But it's very sick.
Mm-hmm.
well, right.
It was well done.
They do an insane job with like the production. Like, didn't they make the entire K-pop group just for League of Legends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, what was it
Yeah.
called?
Madison Beer in it.
What was it called again?
I forget.
Pop stars.
Yeah,
KDA?
KVA.
KDA.
KVA.
That
It's the
song?
song.
It's so good.
I just remember watching that music video. Like, God, I'm not a fan of the song, but this is impressive.
Think about League.
This is-
League actually makes some really good music. They make some really good
They
animations.
have a really good music team
They're-
for sure.
Their stage, like their events, are always insane.
Okay, we stand League. We stand
We
Riot.
stand.
Well, it's just they put so much money into stuff that isn't their game, which is really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I think that they get that it's about the culture.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of
And the community.
community and culture is so big in this day and age, especially with everyone being connected on social media. Everyone, that's how they talk about it. That's how
Yeah.
you get a fan base. It's almost as if games are trying to adapt more influencer qualities because it clearly
Ooh.
works in terms of getting a connection with your
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
Very curious. Curious times to be in the industry of gaming.
Curious times.
Curious times.
Corona.
Welcome back to the
Corona
Gamer
times.
Podcast.
Corona times, that's right. We're kind of nearing the end. I mean, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about or anything that anyone wanted to ask Pokimane before?
Yeah,
Or anything
wants
you
talk
wanted to
about?
ask us.
Yeah, any questions for us? I know you probably have a list prepared, but you don't have to.
I wanna I wanna hear something emotional. What makes you feel really pissed, really happy, really sad, really anything? Like what's going on in your lives? What just makes you feel some type of way?
Honestly, taking a step back from the internet for a bit for me really made me realize that I needed to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely felt last year like I had a lot of catching up to do in terms of
In
other
life.
aspects of my life, and so yeah, I mean, I didn't notify people as well as I should. I feel like I kind of just, started
No, I
taking a bit
think-
more of a back seat, and
think
everyone's
so.
kind of like, where'd he go? But I kind of like not letting people know. I kind of just needed to take some time and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna have some experiences here, and
Mm-hmm.
it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I grew a lot, and yeah, wholesome.
Oh,
So
That's
now-
really wholesome. I'm happy
Now,
for you.
yeah, after this
Dude,
trip-
you make me want to take a break. I don't even know if I need a break or should take a break, but I look if it's I'm like, I want to take a break.
I definitely wish that I took the break before I needed it. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Like I should, because I definitely had some kind of breakdown, and it would have been nice to preemptively
Mm-hmm.
attack it. Yeah. So now I know. Now I know. Like,
Yeah.
I should do this
Your
every year.
threshold, sort of, or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
I've realized I'm too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't challenged myself in years. I've just been streaming pretty much every day,
Mm-hmm.
making money, being fine, but it's like way too comfortable.
Right.
Need to do something new.
You have
Want
any
that ambition.
ideas?
I want to do like lifestyle stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like not on stream. I still want to stream how I'm doing, but YouTube, I want to do lifestyle stuff. I want to take people like shopping, take people to get their nails done, stuff like that.
I could see you
That's
killing it
good.
at that.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Swag over at you, man.
You
What-
guys should all move to LA, by the way.
I want to.
yeah, it's looking like we'll be spending
Maybe-
more and more time here. I think.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Things have just been going pretty good for me. Like the last couple of months, I've been in a pretty happy spot.
Yeah.
Smoking weed makes me happy, and makes all the bad thoughts go away. So,
Well,
so yeah, I've been chilling.
Yeah, Swag is pretty private about your personal life, but things have been going very
Currently,
well for you.
things have been going way better than they have in the last 6 months.
Great.
So things have improved drastically.
Yeah,
So
happy
yeah,
for
I'm
you.
excited to go back home and actually start getting to work.
that's good, buddy.
What pisses me off is when, whenever we're traveling, I'm taken away from doing personal work, and I don't feel productive. Even though we've been shooting 2 podcasts a day for the last 5 days, I don't feel like
That's the
I don't
streamer's
feel
guilt.
like I'm being productive at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Just focus on
yeah.
other things for a bit,
I wish you could
That's
just
the
turn
thing.
that off. Flick.
That would be very good.
by the
yeah.
time I'm back home, I'll have something out.
If you turn it off, you become a sociopath, though.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Then
Mason,
you get a better career.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mason,
Sociopathy.
You could.
Makes you some money.
Mason, what about you, mate? How you feeling about life in
Just
general?
magnificent, mate.
Yeah, that's magnificent.
Magnificent,
That's all I
mate.
got.
Look, Mason, you tend to take quite a backseat on these podcasts, and you're kind of just chilling out.
I feel like he's like IRL audience.
You got,
He's chilling.
I mean,
He's
Fuck
like
yeah.
enjoying, you know?
I'll just pog champ.
I think sometimes people might worry about you when they see you sitting there, but I think you're kind of just here for the ride, eh, man?
Mate, I'm just meditating always, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
So,
you're growing. You're growing.
That's
And-
part of my morning routine.
Yeah, you meditate.
meditating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
used to do that,
Yeah.
but then I was like, I can't be fuck spending 10 minutes in silence anymore.
I swear it
Yeah,
makes you
fuck
better at
that.
games.
How long do you do it for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Every day.
Yeah, and just no like app or anything. You just in your head.
I do really like an app called Calm, but it's
Mm.
not super talkative.
Okay. Yeah,
But it has nice like birds chirping, ambient sounds. It's really nice.
very nice. Cool. Well, I mean, on that wholesome note,
Yeah.
looks like everyone's doing great.
Happy to
Pokey,
hear it.
Very good to have you back on the show.
Thanks for
It's
having
good
me.
seeing you again,
Happy to do it
Pokey.
anytime.
Yeah.
Nice seeing you guys too.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're happy.
Um,
Now move here so I have more friends.
absolutely.
Okay.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Yay.
I mean, everyone knows where to find you. Look up Pokimane, at Pokimane Lol on Twitter.
Google
Yeah, Google it.
my name and
Yep.
whatever
Figure
you
it
want
out.
to find.
Thank you to
Figure it out.
gamersubs.gg
Not
for
nudes.
sponsoring the
That's-
podcast, as always.
Of course.
Have a good one, boys.
Bye.
Cheers.
We'll see you next
Bye.
time.
Thanks for
Peace.
watching.